Hi, my name's Erica. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, my name's Erica. I'm here volunteering. This is my first year for Healing Appalachia. I'm very excited to be here.
Um, Tell me about what you just experienced that you were excited about.
Oh, I'm talking about music here.
All of that and Narcan.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So this entire experience has been amazing. They actually had a seminar, probably about maybe 10 minutes, to learn about Narcan. Everybody there got bags with boxes in them, and I think that it's a beautiful thing. I was talking about before, I work at a gas station. It's a 24-hour gas station. And though it's not been on my shift, we have had overdoses in the bathroom. So to get this box with the information and the instructions and the Narcan, if I can get this box into the gas station that I work at, it's very possible that a life could be saved. So I think it's a really big deal. It's something that's very personal to me. So I think it's really beautiful to see things like that going on around here.
This is something you weren't aware of that was available.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was so easy to get Narcan. I had looked into it before, and just getting that box was a really big deal. I've also met people that were giving me other resources, talking about the health department and a bunch of other places where you can get it for free and just have it if needed. So that's great.
Save a life.
Yeah, you really could. I mean, I think gas stations are, bathrooms and places like that are sometimes a big place where people go to use in private. So to have that there, and specifically to have the training with it, to where each person that works with me, I can show it to them, and we can all be aware, that really could save somebody's life. I mean,
Briefly and quickly, explain what it is to anybody who isn't familiar with it and what it's used for.
okay. So Narcan, and I've learned this after the little seminar, I think what it does, it actually puts somebody immediately in withdrawal. They were talking about if you were to give it to someone who is not using, there'd be very minimal effects, which I think is good to know in case you read a situation incorrectly. But I always thought it was a shot. It's not. It is a little device that you actually put into the nose, 2 fingers on the top, thumb on the bottom, put it into someone's nose and shoot it indirectly. I was always nervous that it was a needle, but it's not. It's something really simple to use, so it's good to know.
And it should bring somebody back from
Yes.
withdrawal.
Yeah, bringing them, they said they were going to have symptoms of being in withdrawal. So if they do overdose and you hit them with the Narcan, they always said to step back. They might be a little disoriented, which is, I'm sure it's very confusing having a stranger over you, not knowing what's going on, and that they would have shaking, maybe vomiting, things like that. So just to give them space afterwards.
We talked a little bit about before you started. Tell us a little bit about how you've been touched by abuse, drug abuse.
Drug abuse. That's a big one. I mean, I feel like growing up in West Virginia, in southern West Virginia, in low-income areas, I don't know a single person that hasn't been affected by drug use. I have had family members that have struggled with drug addiction, which was hard as a kid for me. It's something I didn't understand. I had, my best friend in high school, all throughout grade school and high school, struggled with addiction his entire life. Luckily, he's clean now, which is great. And he's actually told me stories about, one of the reasons I did the seminar is because he told me stories about firefighters that had brought him back. He said they've used Narcan on him 5 times. And I think, yeah, and now he's clean. So, I mean, you shouldn't give up on people. Like, everybody deserves to live, Everybody deserves to be alive, so I'm glad that he's clean after all that time.
I think that's a great example. Because we were given statistics, we've heard statistics of people having to go as many times as 7 times a relapse
Yeah.
to get clean.
And I think it's worth it.
Sometimes people can make it on the first try. Oftentimes you can't. So just be patient, stick with people, and live another day.
Yeah. I feel like, when I was a kid, I didn't really understand drug use, and I guess I was angry about it. I was like, why would you do that? How could you do that? And now I realize growing up, it really is, it's a disease, and it needs to be seen as a disease. I think a lot of people want to get off drugs, they don't know how, or maybe they feel like it's not worth it, but it is. It's always worth it, and the people that love you will be there for you throughout the entire time.
This is your first year volunteering. Tell me about that experience of what you've learned since you've been here and discovered and so forth.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. I've been to different festivals, but this one is unlike any other. I feel like it's a really loving experience to be here, and very informative. As I've said before, I've found, we talked about the Narcan and how to use it. I've also found other people that live near me that have given me information on drug addiction and, how to help loved ones. So I think that this all around is such a good environment and such a good thing for West Virginia. It's something that we need. I just think it's a beautiful thing. I feel like I've learned a lot here, a lot more than what I expected, I guess.
Cool, that's great.
Okay, cool. Do you need anything else?
No, is there anything else you wanted to share about this, or just the crisis itself? I thought your friend was really great.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's a personal thing. I mean, like I said, it's not just me. I don't know a single person that hasn't been affected by drug addiction one way or the other. And I think the best way to deal with it is to be compassionate and loving. Every person deserves a chance and deserves to be alive. Just because they're doing something that you disagree with doesn't mean that they don't deserve a chance in life. And that's it. That's all I'd like to say. All right.